There are no two words that instill more fear into any government agency than the following: federal investigation. This is because federal investigations are by far the most difficult to beat. Right now, there are a few tied to the city of Houston. And in this week's Pop-Off Politics segment with KPRC2 investigator Mario Días, we're going to focus on one that is impacting thousands of neighborhoods across the city, maybe even yours. Mario joins us now with a look at this case. Mario, let's jump right into it and hear what you have to say.
All right. Good morning, by the way, Zach. Hope all is well to you. Sorry we couldn't join you there in person. A little bit of a scheduling issue, but let's talk about this particular case that we're looking at. That's going to be on the agenda tomorrow. Okay, this is a case about a Department of Justice investigation, okay, into the city of Houston. It was announced last July. The DOJ was examining the city for alleged illegal dumping. And why was the Department of Justice involved in this, you might ask, right? Well, it's simple. Their Civil Rights Division is what's investigating here, and they were looking at the alleged illegal dumping, the massive amount of it going on within the Black and brown communities here in the city of Houston, okay, which is why the Civil Rights Division is involved here. So they're looking in the Latino communities as well as other communities as well. Now, there's a $400,000 agenda item this week. I'm going to put it up on the screen there. Hopefully you can see it. It's for Aiken, Gump, Strauss, Auer and Feld LLP. And this is agenda item number 26. And it's for legal services for DOJ investigation. So why is this intriguing? Because this is obviously an investigation now that is ongoing. And how do we know this? Well, we have another graphic. We're going to go to it. Back in September of last year, Zach, you had agenda item number 37, which was a maximum contract at the time for $285,000 for legal services for the DOJ investigation. Fast forward now to here we are in May, about 9 months later, and you're already looking at an additional $400,000 that they're asking City Council, money that of course is paid for by Houstonians, to help cover the legal fees in this ongoing Department of Justice investigation concerning civil rights of certain communities in the city of Houston for alleged illegal dumping.
Mario, this is all fascinating, and obviously you've done your work, your due diligence in connecting the dots here and laying it out all for us. When we talk about when you're talking about that request, what does that mean? Well,
well, on the surface, it means this isn't over, right? They're still going at it if they're asking for more money. And we also haven't heard any kind of resolution from the Department of Justice. You have to understand that whenever there are federal agencies or city agencies or state agencies and there's a disagreement of some kind and they come to a resolution, usually they put out a very lengthy press release. And you can see them on the websites for all these different agencies. The DOJ is extremely good about this. They want to make sure they let the public know, hey, here's what happened on the case that made headlines about 9 months ago or 2 years ago. We haven't seen a press release yet, Zach, which means there is no resolution. Now, could they be working towards one? And these are fees that are tied to it? Sure, meaning that it could be near the end, or the city could be loading itself up for a big defense. But one particular expert that I spoke to who is very knowledgeable with federal investigations told me that, you know, the biggest takeaway from this is that it's just not over yet.
Just not over yet. Mario, how common are these types of legal fees associated with these types of situations, these cases?
I'll tell you, Zach, that they're rare. I haven't seen one before within the City Council agenda. I've never heard of them. So it was intriguing when I came across this one for this week, because within the city of Houston, and we talked about this agenda, how it works, right? The agendas every week can vary. You can go from 100 pages to 25 pages, all the way up to like over 200 to 300. So I went to look at this particular agenda item, and in the back they put what is called backup, which is a way to basically check the information that's tied to this particular agenda item. And when I looked at the backup, it said this is an extension of what took place in September of last year, September 28th to be exact. So I went back and I looked and I'm like, oh my goodness. So here you had this agenda item for legal fees. But that's the only time, Zach, that I could ever recall seeing legal fees designated to help fight a federal investigation by the city of Houston. Now, keep it in mind, okay? As you indicated at the very top, there are some federal cases going on in the city of Houston right now. We know that there is the Houston Health Department. There was that one employee that the feds arrested last year, Barry Barnes. We also know that the senior member of Mayor Turner's executive team, William Paul Thomas, also is in the midst of a federal case. And what happened in those two cases there is that they obviously have their own defense teams. They're spending their own money. This is a city investigation. This is the DOJ coming after the city of Houston, and they're putting the money into that.
Okay, Mario, thank you so much for this information. We are out of time. We so much enjoy having you here.
Sorry.
This is Pop Off Politics. We're back right after this.